Hello and welcome to this week's tarot and oracle reading. I did try and go to the sea earlier and record because I just felt really drawn to go to the sea today, and I did a ritual and released what was no longer serving me, and I wrote it on a stone and threw it into the sea. Because today we have a total solar eclipse, which is a powerful portal to bring forth change. So anything we're ready to release and let go of, this is a really potent time to do so now. So I don't know if any of you are going to watch it. I think where I am in England, it's a partial eclipse, but I'm still going to go down to the beach, and I've got some welding goggles so I can try and view it, and I'll try and record it as well because I might create a meditation or something with it. But yeah, so let's dive in. So I felt called to pull, I haven't pulled from this deck for ages, but we've got Metatron, the Archangel Metatron Self Mastery Oracle, and I pulled a card. And weirdly enough, the other day, I kept thinking about geometry and sacred geometry, but also the flower of life. It came up in my mind's eye, and when I shuffled the deck, this was the card that fell out. So I felt that this is going to kick off the reading. So I'll read this from the book because I think the message is amazing. So, creation, expansion in your life. Card number 3 to the planet Jupiter is growth, abundance, blessings, and unlimited resource. Every single thing within the universe starts from an initial thought. To create anything, we first have to think it, dream it, and above all, believe it is possible with every sense available to us. The energy of creation is there to help change and improve our lives. Sparks of creative light that can be sent out and brought back manifested as something tangible and real. The flower of life shown here is a sacred symbol that assists you with creating. Every action, thought, and deed is boosted by focusing on its geometry and energy, helping you to kickstart, expand, or grow anything we want. Focusing on the image alone will bring healing to any block that prevents this from being so. Draw the energy of the flower of life into your sacral chakra and let it encourage this center within you to get its creative juices flowing again. There are no limits to what we are capable of creating. We are all master creators, able to manifest whatever we set our minds to. And yet, Archangel Metatron reminds us that we have to create with our hearts as well as our minds. Our minds only know what they have already experienced. The heart can lead us on a path to bigger things not yet imagined. So I'll only read that bit. But if you want to pause it and take a screenshot of the flower of life symbol and meditate on it. I've been doing that. And yeah, imagine it in your sacral chakra. I think that can be quite powerful. So we'll go on to the reading now. So sorry if there's a mess with my incense, it's going all over here. So we'll go through and we will turn up each card. So the theme or the overall concern is the Princess of Cups. Crossing the theme or influencing it, we have the Seven of Swords. Conscious thoughts is the Princess of Discs. Unconscious thoughts is art or temperance. Okay. Past or ending is the Ten of Swords, which I'm quite pleased about because it's not always seen as a very nice card, but there is always lessons which are good, and the fact it's a 10 means it's complete end of a cycle, so that is good. The future or beginning is the Knight of Cups. We have a lot of court cards so far. The Queen of Discs for your energy. The Ace, oh I like this, the Ace of Cups for energy coming in. Hopes and fears is the Queen of Cups. Wow, okay. And the outcome, result, or key is gain, the Nine of Pentacles. And I'll leave these ones to the end. I also felt called to pull an archetypes card from Kim Cran. So we'll do these 3 cards at the end. So, okay, so we've got 2 princesses, 2 queens, and 1 knight. So a lot of feminine energy, which I love. So a lot of divine energy, divine feminine energy. that is around us at this time, which is a theme that I've been seeing in other readings as well. So with the Princess of Cups, with this, I would say there's like a new connection or a new inspiration or like a deeper access to your intuition. With the crystals, that's like a symbol of, your increased perception and clarity as well. She looks like she's at one with nature, and she's holding, it looks like a cup, but like a natural cup, and then there's a tortoise in there. So I think this is, with the Princess of Cups, I think this is earth of water. So, like your emotions being able to unfold, but in a way that is kind of the earthly plane. So, bringing something from your intuition down into the earthly plane. This is also about like love of a giving nature as well. So, giving of love, but in like a really pure, innocent way. So I'd say, like, the fact that we have the Seven of Swords influencing this, I'd say you have been through a process of letting go, and freeing yourself from old stories, and you're starting to see clearly now, and starting to trust in yourself. Giving yourself and others kindness as well, and just being gentle. We've got, I think this is a swan, so grace, kindness, love that is like unfolding within you. It's like a real pure love. And this is kind of like living with grace, and being and feeling free as well, free from our destructive thoughts, our destructive behavior patterns. So with the Seven of Swords, with this, there's kind of like a lot of fears or destructive thoughts that may have been holding you back. You may have like been doubting a direction, and sometimes with futility, this can be like, like just not knowing what to do, or overthinking, thoughts that have been holding you back, or doubting a direction and really overthinking something. And remember, like, the fears that are in your mind, by you recognizing these fears, this isn't like, your fears aren't rooted in reality. They're all kind of off the mental plane of the mind. They're not grounded. They're not, they're not rooted or brought down into earth. This is all in your mind. So this is something that, still give it love. So if there is something that, you've been overthinking, give it love, allow yourself to accept this, but know that, I think that by living more from your heart and getting out of your head, there's going to be like some beautiful things that are coming, as we can see with the outcome being the Nine of Pentacles. With the sevens, because I like numerology as well, and with the, sorry about that. It's still the summer holidays. This is my day off today that I'm recording, but I still have my children around, so I will get interrupted maybe occasionally, but hopefully I won't come back. So what I'm saying is that I really, really love looking up numerology, like life path numbers, what numbers mean, because I think numbers tell a story as well. And with sevens, this is like seeking the truth, and people with a life path 7 can be like a bridge between the spiritual and the material, but they can also be very analytical, but also you are very intuitive. So, we've got the moon in Aquarius here. So Aquarius is very forward thinking. The moon is like your intuition. But like, there could be something that's like holding back your intuition, because with sevens as well, they sometimes need to see something before they believe it, and they can be perfectionists and just overthink. But remember, like, with this is pointing at the theme being giving of yourself freely, your love, living by your emotions, and she's embodying emotional freedom, because with like the princesses and the pages, they aren't bound to their kingdom. They have the freedom to kind of roam, and the freedom to kind of explore as well. So with the conscious thoughts, we have the Princess of Discs, so another princess. So with this, the Princess of Disc is like earth of earth, so something very tangible and off the earthly plane. But with this, I would say you're kind of consciously deciding to change your beliefs. You are ready to begin to create something new. So this is a time, I would say, for like preparation and planning. But with the yin yang here, remember this is about balance. Balance is really the key. Balancing like the doing with like the receiving. There's a lot of like white lotuses in these cards, and that can be like loving of a giving nature, but remembering also to allow yourself to receive as well. So where this is like you know, she is kind of like in nature as well, and with the horns on her head, it symbolizes increased perception as well. So I would say by you getting into your feelings and like living from a place of emotional freedom, you're starting to kind of like be at one between the earth and the spiritual realm. And this can bring through increased perception and insights of something that you do want to create here. So, whether that is creating a business or creating a relationship, even creating new life, because she is actually pregnant in this card. And we do also have with the Queen of Cups, she is also like she symbolizes like mother as well. So I think this can also be related to motherhood as well. So there may be like something, maybe you're starting a family, whether that's with people or pets. But yeah, that there's something like very emotional and tangible that you're wanting to create here as well. And remember, it's like bringing down the information that you receive from your intuition, but and allowing Mother Earth, kind of like the energies to kind of come up within you. So, as above, so below, we have reflected here quite a lot as well, with the Ace of Cups and with the Queen of Cups. So I'd say it's about allowing any intuition or insights to kind of come through into you and then feel it from your body as well, because underneath we have the Art or Temperance card. And with this card, this again is about balance. So where we've got the yin yang here, this is also about balance and the unifying of opposites. This is about deep power and creating like a third form. So this is pure alchemy. So, they're merging fire and water, and then it creates a steam, which is a new form. So subconsciously, you might not be aware of what this is yet. I do think by tapping into your emotions and your feelings, you're going to get more insights into this. But with the green on her dress, this is like creativity. She's got like a rainbow on her shoulders, which is also going down her dress as well. And rainbows can symbolize like wholeness and completion. So there's a pure alchemical process here, but I think I think this is Latin, and I can't remember exactly what it means. It's something to do with to find the hidden stone, you must look within. So this is about looking within yourself, being quiet. I think many of my readings do kind of highlight that and focus on that, because that has been a recurring theme and lesson for me. Get out of the mind and get into the body is what I constantly have to tell myself, because I think a lot of us, we can overthink because we've got brains. While we're here on earth, we logic can be great, we can use that with our intuition, but if we're purely living from our thoughts, and especially if they're destructive thoughts and limiting us, we really need to remember that we are a spirit in a body, and there's more within us than we may be conscious of. And sometimes it's our ego kind of trying to keep us safe, trying to keep us small. But really, there's some valuable material that you find by looking within. So this is about, integration and perception. So so this is your subconscious. So yeah, I would say go within, and you might be getting some new insights into what this is for you. And our past or ending position is the Ten of Swords, ruin. So this is like pure destruction of the mental plane, of the mind, but by this ending with a 10, that means it's a complete ending, so a new beginning can start, which is good. But this is about, negative thinking, limiting beliefs. You may have been overthinking something that you really want to have or do, in your life. But this is about, getting out the head, get into the heart, live from a place that, try and imagine your energy leaving the head and imagine it going down into the body, right into the belly, and just breathe, take some deep breaths. If you can do this daily, even, multiple times throughout the day, getting out, get out in nature. This can really ground you, help you get out of your head. Also, being near the water. Looks very balanced here with the water. What I went to the sea today because that helps to ground me. Where you feel like you're part of nature, part of Mother Earth. To get out of the mind, get into the body, and maybe take a walk in nature. If you can get near some water, I think water really helps us as well with our perceptions and our intuition as well. So if the fact this cycle is ending, I think is fantastic. But yeah, try to just give yourself love and kindness for what the thoughts have done. They may have protected you up to a certain point, but with this total solar eclipse as well, this is being ready to close a chapter, close a cycle. And this could be like a belief system, habit, just any destructive thoughts have really been holding you back from who you truly are. This is moving forward from your heart, from your emotions, from your feelings, but your pure, true feelings. So the future beginning, we have the Knight of Cups. So this is like a time of focusing on your loved ones, on your family. Where we've got Cancer here, it symbolises like the home, the family. That can be connections with others. It doesn't have to be people who you know. This could be new connections that you're going to meet, like your spirit tribe, people that align with your values. People that you have that emotional exchange with. So with the cup, he's like offering something. So you could be offering something to someone, or someone could be offering something to you. But remember, it is give and take. So giving love, receiving love. It's about it's important to express your emotions openly and honestly. I know a lot of us are scared to kind of do this because we may fear judgment, like if we're too honest with our feelings, which is sometimes why we're living from our mind. But this is about giving yourself this love. And I think this is also this could also be like a spiritual connection as well. So whether it's someone who's passed on, a loved one who's passed on, or a spirit guide or someone that's guiding you, where we've got the wings here, this reminds me of like a spiritual connection. So this could be something that you're offering of yourself to spirit, and maybe you're having divine connection where you're receiving some kind of information whilst you're also giving. So remember, it is about the giving and receiving of love. So the more that you are giving of yourself, the more that you receive. But it's not about giving to receive. Doing it from a place of integrity, and because you truly want to. And by doing this, I'd say this is going to attract people of a kind of similar a similar vibe to you, people that you kind of can bounce ideas off or talk to. Or this could literally be a new kind of love coming into your life, where we've got the Knight here, the Knight of Cups. But yeah, I really love this. So the next card we have representing your energy is the Queen of Discs. So from this, I'd say you're kind of looking back, and where she's looking back, put yourself in the card. She's looking back on her journey. She's been through a lot, but she's now resting. She's taking this time to kind of evaluate all of the things that she's been through. Maybe where it is we've been going over our mind, but we're leaving this behind now. We're kind of thinking, um, you know, what we've been through has made us who we are. But this is a time for, nourishment of the body, inside and out. She also has these horns, which is like about her perception. And she's in nature as well. So this can be about, being in nature so you can receive these insights and divine guidance. Um, this is really about devoting time to your needs as well, your body, your mind, your health, doing what kind of fills you up and fills your cup. So the energy coming in is the Ace of Cups, which I love. Again, as above, so below. So what you're feeling on the inner is reflected on the outer, and it's almost like, if you're someone who receives divine guidance, you could be a vessel for bringing in spirit communication and then bringing it through down into earth. So this is about, deep love of yourself, where you can receive love, but you can also like give this love freely as well. What you feel deep inside is reflected, in your environment. So really be open to love and be open to receiving. I'll say there's a real balance and harmony coming in. But just be open and be open with your feelings, be open and surrender. I know people hate that, but it's like it is about that. It's trusting and surrendering, letting it go, because sometimes we can really overthink um, what it is that we want in our life, and we put so much pressure on ourselves to find an answer, to find the clarity. But sometimes it's a lot more simpler than what we think. And if we just kind of allow ourselves to be and feel, which this reading is really pointing at, I think whatever it is you're hoping to build, whether that is something to do with a relationship or something to do with a job or a home or just anything on the earthly plane, because this is the Pentacles, this comes through the feeling state. So the fact we've got the Queen of Cups in our hopes and fears, this is water of water. So deep emotion, deep intuition, again, above and below. She is reflected in the water. And we've got the white lotus blossoms here, which is also, about the giving of love as well. She's holding, I think this is like a stalk, so like the harbinger of the new. So, there might be something new, like a new feeling or a new idea or a new intuition coming in. And again, being near water, even if it's having a bath, could be really powerful at this, really powerful for you at this time. Emotions and love can be scary, as it can make you feel vulnerable, but this is really a time of allowing your true feelings to come through. Be open, be authentic, and don't fear being who you truly are, because your beauty expands the more you give of your true self. So yeah, I do think there's a lot of, like, if we've got the blue, there's a lot of wisdom coming through. So really do pay attention, give yourself that time for deep reflection. Allow your feelings to come through. You may have been being too hard on yourself with whatever this process has been, but be like for the Princess of Cups, be gentle, be kind to yourself, because the outcome is the Nine of Pentacles. So I would say you are receiving something beautiful in your life, but this comes from you giving. The more you give, the more you receive. But again, like I said, don't just give to receive. I'd say you are realizing what is truly valuable in your life. And I'd say it probably is, like, the people, the relationships that you have, deep spiritual connections. And the other person doesn't have to be spiritual. My husband, he is not spiritual, but we complement each other in loads of different ways. And a lot of people can I'd be like, oh, I'm only gonna get with someone who has exactly the same interests as me. Well, it doesn't always work like that. So, be open, and you'll be surprised. We can have all sorts of friendships and relationships, but we do learn so much from the people in our lives. And I'd say this is like remembering, it isn't, with pentacles, it's not just about money, success, gaining something that is just of a physical thing. This can also just be about our connections, our connections to others. And, this is using your creativity, your wisdom, and like self-love to create something that is of true worth to you. Really think about what is gain to you, what is abundance to you. So if there is something you want to create, do it from your heart and you can't go wrong. So we will get our archetype and we've got the hunter. Okay, so we've got a white horse and a black horse. I love this. And again, it still is the year of the fire horse, although this is a timeless reading. It's the year of the fire horse. So I will read that. So let me just get that from the book. So the hunter is number 9, page 79. Right. The hunter. The seeker, the pursuer, the predator. The hunter hunts. They are on a precise mission with an aim. To return home empty-handed would be to fail, which is not an option in the hunter's eye. The archetype will journey far and wide, seeking the prize that calls to its heart or stomach. Tales of bravery and feats of strength often result, creating a life full of adventure. The hunter is skillful, quick, decisive, and results-orientated, like the great hunting goddess Artemis, who carries her quiver upon her back. The hunter typically has a weapon of choice. When this card appears, it is critical that you ask 3 questions. What am I hunting? Why am I hunting it? Is the weapon I hold so tightly in my grip truly needed for the task at hand? When in light, focused, energized, respectful, and seasoned. When dark, irresponsible, violates, violent, and poaching. So study the Greek god Artemis. Notice her nuanced relationship to the moon, the earth, and the feminine. The predator honors its prey with a precise and skillful hunt. The hunter deeply reveres the life it aims to take. When you activate the hunter archetype, you are aligning your energy with the great creatures of the world, the lion, the wolf, the tiger, the shark. Do so with care. Okay, so there might be something that you're really going after. That this could be a relationship. This could be, a new venture in your life. But, really, really do this, not just for achievement, not just to gain, something that's just of like, say, monetary value. Really, really think about this and make sure it is from a feeling state of something that's going to truly like fill your cup. From an emotional perspective, we all want different things. We all want like house, money, nice car, all of these things. But if we had all of those things and we were just on our own, it's not very fun, is it? So sometimes it's when you really think back, like when people are on their deathbed, it's the people around them. They don't care what car they had. I'm going to really miss my BMW. It's not that, is it? It's the people and the relationships, which is why I think there's a lot of like court cards showing up. It's the people that matter. So yeah, really, really think whatever this is you're going after, make sure it's from a perspective of love and do it from the heart. So the animal spirit we have, I love giraffes. They're like my favorite animal. So giraffe, visionary, rise above earthly matters, glide through life with grace. You are able to see the right path. Stand tall in your self-worth and love with a big heart. Yes, love with a big heart. Exactly what I would say. And the angel number we have is 2112. It's up to you. Someone watching over you, good fortune, unforeseen forces, direction. Even if it seems like you're not making any meaningful progress, things are moving in the right direction. If you see this number, it's a sign that everything will work out in your favor and your dreams will soon come true. That's exciting. So please let me know if you have any thoughts or direct, reflections in the comments. And if you're doing anything for this total solar eclipse, are you going to go and view it? Are you going to go to, the sea or, a nice big forest somewhere and like view it? Let me know. And thank you. And until next time, bye.